G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And by request, today I'll be teaching you how to play Ghost of You by 5 Seconds of Summer. Now for the basics of this song, you will need your guitar in standard tuning and you will need a capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to take your guitar to the next level, then be sure to check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, my complete step-by-step guitar course which teaches you theory, scales, songwriting, fingerstyle lessons that you won't find here on YouTube. Let's jump straight into the lesson, and in this video I'm going to teach you 2 different ways of playing this song. The first way is the studio recorded riff, but it's a little bit harder, so I'll also teach you a simplified version with just some simple strummed chords. So starting with the main riff that's in the verse, we're going to take our index finger and put it onto the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now this is 3rd fret relative to the capo. We're going to break this main riff up into 4 sections. So with this first position, you just need to pluck that 5th string, and then you need to pluck the open 3rd string 3 times. Now those 3 plucks on the open 3rd string should all be up plucks. And the first pluck is a down pluck. So in total for this first position, like that. And I've actually indicated the direction of the picking you should use for the riff up in the tab. So moving on to our second section for this riff, from our 3rd fret, we're going to slide our index finger up to the 10th fret relative to the capo. Now if you're confused as to where the 10th fret is relative to the capo, it's on the 13th fret overall on the guitar. So we're going to slide up to that note with our index finger. So you need to pluck it and then quickly slide up. Otherwise, if you don't like doing that slide or it's too hard, just go straight up to the 10th fret and pluck it like that. The next 4 plucks are perhaps the trickiest part of this riff, but they sound really cool. Now we're going to be using some harmonics here. And to play harmonics, basically you need to take your ring finger and lightly rest it on top of the 12th fret relative to the capo. So overall, it's on the 15th fret of the guitar, but relative to the capo it's the 12th. So you just need to lightly hover that ring finger over the 15th fret. You need to rest it lightly above the metal strip that bridges the 15th fret and 16th fret. So in between those 2 frets, right above the metal strip, that's where you need to put your ring finger. And you'll need to cover the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Again, it's important that you're not pushing your finger down. You literally just rest the finger above the strings, don't apply any pressure, and you'll get that really nice chimey harmonic sound. In the meantime, you do need to keep your index finger here on that 10th fret of the 5th string. And for our 4 plucks, we'll go 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 4th string. And those are all harmonics. So in total for that section, now it is important that you keep your index finger up above the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, because if you have your index finger touching those strings whilst you're trying to do a harmonic, you won't get that chime. So that index finger needs to be up and your ring finger hovers above that 12th fret. So moving on to the 3rd section, and we need to take our middle finger now and go to the 7th fret relative to the capo. And our picking pattern is very similar to our first section. So we're gonna down pick on the 5th string, and then up pick on the 3rd string 3 times. And in total. Finally for the 4th section, you move your middle finger down to the 5th fret, and your index finger goes on the 4th fret of the 4th string. For this chord shape, we're plucking the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 4th, and then back to 5th string. So it's just a down, up pattern. And the picking direction is up in the tab as well. So it goes down, down, up, down. And when you put all those 4 pieces together, this is the main riff. And at a faster speed. Moving on to the chorus, and this is a whole lot easier because we're just using simple power chords here. So for our first position, we go up to the 10th and 12th frets relative to the capo, and that's on the 5th and 4th strings with your index and ring finger. Now we're just going to be alternating between the 5th string and the 4th string with a down, up, down, up, down, up. And you're going to play that bar 4 times. Now an easy way to track where you are is to imagine that every beat is played on this down pick. So 1, 2, 3. And then you'll count 4 sets of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now remember, you should alternate between a down pick on the 5th string and an up pick on the 4th string. And for our next position, we slide the same shape on the same strings down to the 5th and 7th. We're going to play the exact same thing just with this chord shape now. So again, every down pluck you do can be 1 beat, and just count 4 sets of 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then our third position is just an A power chord, so index finger just goes on the 4th string and you're hitting the open 5th. You play that for the same length, and finally you'll finish on a C power chord. So index finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th, ring finger on the 5th fret of the 4th. So really nice and easy. Remember to alternate your picking between downs and ups. So the full chorus riff just sounds like this. Now the second part of the chorus, the whole band kicks in, and here we're going to start strumming some chords instead of playing that power chord riff. Our chord shapes are going to be G, and then D, and then A minor, and then finally C add 9, which is the same as a G, just your middle and index finger go down 1 string, and you don't hit the open 6th string. Now our strumming pattern here is going to be really simple. It's just down, down, up, and in succession. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Now you're going to play each chord shape for 4 strumming patterns. So the second part of the chorus will sound like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. Next we'll get to the bridge of the song, and the bridge is really easy. Again, we have 4 chord shapes. We're starting with an E minor 7 like this. So it's index and middle on the 2nd fret of the 5th and 4th, and ring and pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd and 1st strings. Our next chord C add 9, then we have a G, and then finally a D. We're using the same strumming pattern as the second part of the chorus, except each chord is only played for 2 strumming patterns. So the bridge just sounds like this. And finally, I'm going to teach you the solo that's in the bridge, which is really easy to play. So we're going to start with our index finger here on the 8th fret relative to the capo, on the 2nd string. And you'll have your ring finger here ready on the 10th fret relative to the capo of the 1st string. Now we're going to hit the 8th fret of the 2nd string 3 times, and then 10th fret of the 1st string 3 times. And in total for the bar. And we're going to play that section through 3 times. For our next section, you'll take your middle finger and now put it on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and your index finger here will be ready to bar the 7th fret of the 3rd and 2nd strings. You'll pluck the 8th fret, 7th fret of the 2nd string, and then end on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And you do that twice. And in total, the solo just sounds like this. So that's it for the studio version. Now if that verse riff was too hard for you to play, here's a simpler way of doing it. So for our simple verse, we have 4 chord shapes here, which is easy. C add 9, then a G, then an E minor 7, so keep your ring and pinky finger where they are on that G chord and just move your index and middle to the 2nd fret of the 5th and 4th strings. And then finally we have a D chord. Now our strumming pattern is going to be really simple. It's what I taught earlier in the lesson, so it's just down, down, up, down, up. So in succession, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. For this simple verse, you only need to play each chord for one strumming pattern. So the easy verse sounds like this. Now when we get to the chorus and the bridge, for this simple version, you can use the exact same strumming pattern and chords that I taught you earlier in this video for the studio version. They're really simple, they're just open chord shapes using that same strumming pattern. So the only thing you'll really avoid in this simple version is this main riff. And you replace it with this. So now I'll be playing through the song in its entirety and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go. Thanks guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. If you've enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the little notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on my updates. Leave your thoughts, comments, questions, or requests down below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.